Coming up on this edition of the Newsfeed, Virginia Tech Police report scammers are active on campus. Find out how to protect yourself coming up.
Plus, less than a week until Virginia Democrats go to the polls to select a presidential nominee. Find out what you need to know next.
And 2 chickens, but only 1 winner. The answer to Virginia Tech's big question coming up.
Those stories and more next on the Newsfeed.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Nikki Cruz.
And I'm Nico Naha.
Virginia Tech Police warn that a new series of scams are posing a risk to students. Newsfeed reporter Isabella Rossi joins us now in the studio with more. Isabella?
That's right, Nikki. VTPD says the scams have been reported several times in recent weeks. Students have reported scam phone calls and emails by a person posing as a police officer or FBI agent demanding money. In another type of scam, students were contacted about a potential job or internship, but then told they would have to pay to receive more information or an official offer. VTPD are giving students tips to spot scams and avoid them. They say the most important thing to remember is to be aware of who you're talking to and be suspicious of unknown email addresses and phone numbers.
And the thing about phone scams today is they're getting more and more sophisticated. They're getting more and more authentic looking. They're getting to be where even savvy, really well-informed individuals can be tricked.
Virginia Tech warns students to never give away personal information, such as birthdays, social security numbers, or credit card numbers over the phone or by email. The university is continuing to monitor the scam. Any suspicious emails or calls should be reported to VTPD. In the studio, I'm Isabella Rossi. Back to you at the desk.
Virginia Tech students showcased the best new ventures and products to successful industry partners last Friday for a shot at winning $15,000. Newsfeed reporter David Kelsey has the story.
Virginia Tech's biggest startup competition, the Entrepreneur Challenge, took place on Friday at the Virginia Tech Inn. The challenge provides students the opportunity to win up to $15,000 to fund their startup company. 8 teams presented a Shark Tank-style pitch to 6 judges who work in the industry.
These entrepreneurs that are coming here today, they may need new team members, they may need new access to capital, and this is a great venue for them to come and pitch these new technologies and these new ideas so that they can garner those resources.
Every team walked away from the competition with at least $1,000 going towards their product. Team pitches ranged from ultraviolet clothing that protects your skin from the sun to fertilizer that kills nematodes.
Teams that will do well today are what we call cross-functional teams with students from a variety of disciplines that are working on some of the more feasible concepts that can actually translate an idea into a new product or service.
The first place prize of $15,000 went to QuickTech Med, who are creating software for easier accessible medical data for patients. The Apex Center plans to continue to encourage innovation on Virginia Tech's campus with more events like the Entrepreneur Challenge. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm David Kelsey.
Moderate to low-income families in Southwest Virginia can prepare their taxes with certified volunteers for a stress-free tax season. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistant Program helps qualified households file basic state and federal tax returns for free. Kara DeAngelis is the VITA Program Coordinator for New River Community Action, and she runs 4 conveniently located sites in the New River Valley where moderate to low-income households can file their taxes without stress. The volunteer tax preparers are the lifeblood of the program. All volunteers are required to pass 3 extensive tax certification exams, and every document is checked by 2 volunteers to ensure accuracy. DeAngelis more than appreciates her volunteers' commitment to the community.
I don't know if they realize the depth of my gratitude, and I hope that I just want people to realize they are the ones doing this tremendous community service. And anytime you see a VITA volunteer, just they deserve a certain amount of respect for sure.
Because of these volunteers, households in Southwest Virginia will receive thousands in returns from filing their taxes properly and efficiently.
10 years ago, catastrophe struck Blacksburg High School. Now the community reflects on the incident and the lessons learned. Newsfeed reporter Christina Cass has this look back.
First that I heard about it was when my mother came downstairs, woke me up and said, "Hey Eric, did you know that the school gym collapsed yesterday?"
It was the talk of the town on February 13th, 2010, when the roof of the Blacksburg High School's gymnasium collapsed. Forced to share and then officially take over the local middle school, normal routine was thrown to the wind.
So we'd be going to lacrosse practice and running practice and softball practice. We're all shifted to 10 in the morning, which was so different. And boy, that placed a lot of challenges. It was a logistical nightmare.
Although the night school schedule could be seen as a burden for some parents, many high schoolers at the time enjoyed the change of pace.
Everyone seemed to really enjoy being able to sleep in later and stay up later as a result. It really fit, I think, most teenagers' preferred sleep schedule.
10 years ago, backpacks like these are what could have been found along the old Blacksburg High School's halls. Now those halls are just rubble. Construction has removed the physical reminder, but the memories of being displaced to Christiansburg still hold a sore spot among the middle school community.
There really wasn't a good solution at the time. We felt like we should have been able to stay at our school.
But with the chaos came a sense of communal strength that kept the town afloat.
I'm proud of the way we were able to overcome so many things and to still do our very best to give the kids the very best we could.
10 years later, Blacksburg's public school system laughs in the face of adversity. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Christina Cass.
The 2020 Virginia primary is next week as part of Super Tuesday, which could be an important turning point in the Democratic nomination. The hunt for the Democratic nomination is in full swing as Super Tuesday approaches next week. The Virginia primary is one of 14 state primaries being held on March 3rd. So far, Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada have held its votes for the candidate to oppose President Trump in the November election. For Virginia Tech's political communities, the primary is a reminder to students to make sure their voices are heard.
I think it's very important for students to register to vote here because you live 9 months out of the year here for the next 4 years. So whatever policies are going on and are happening are going to affect you in this area, not at home. So I would say change your registration if you can to your current address.
Can vote on campus at Squires Student Center. There are also off-campus options depending on where you live, including Gilbert Lincoln Elementary School and Blacksburg Middle School.
Many college students stress about making the right connections, and Virginia Tech is working to prepare students for life after graduation. Newsfeed reporter Megan Dennis has more.
Hundreds of students and professionals connected this Wednesday at Virginia Tech's Squires Student Center. The biannual Connection Job Fair, put on by the Department of Career and Professional Development, is the only career fair at Virginia Tech to welcome all majors. Employers from around the country came to see what VT has to offer.
It really is a good professional environment for an intern or a student to kind of work on their interview skills and communicate with their potential employer.
As the name says, connections. There's a whole bunch of connections in there. It's for all majors. It's not just STEM. It's also for liberal arts, which is very nice.
Dressed to impress, participants bring their resumes and exchange handshakes for promotional knickknacks.
Students come from all over campus with any kind of major, but they hope to get out more than just funny pens and stress cheese.
I hope to get at least 3 internship offers.
We're looking for juniors and seniors who are ready to kind of commit to not only an internship, but maybe a full-time career.
The Department of Career and Professional Development also offered free pre-interview coaching for nervous applicants, as well as free refreshments to all employers and volunteers. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Megan Dennis.
Rec Sports and the men's tennis team hosted the first ever wheelchair tennis clinic at Virginia Tech over the weekend. After discovering adapted sports programs at other schools, Virginia Tech men's tennis coach Jim Thompson wanted to bring wheelchair tennis to Blacksburg and Virginia Tech. Coach Thompson partnered with Rec Sports and Student Affairs to make adaptive sports available in some capacity on campus. Beginning almost 40 years ago, wheelchair tennis has become one of the most popular adapted sports because of its accessibility. Today, teams participate in various competitions at the professional and now collegiate level.
We see the collegiate space as being a massive opportunity for us to bring a sport like tennis, maybe a sport like wheelchair basketball, maybe a sport like quadriplegic rugby, all Paralympic sports, to a major university like Virginia Tech. And it helps with the education of just disability in general.
Coach Garnett led the clinic and spoke to attendees. Wheelchairs were available for anyone to try, and the participants had the opportunity to play tennis with Virginia Tech players.
Just ahead on the newsfeed, 2 iconic Virginia Tech dining hall meals competed for the most sales in one day. Find out the winner next.
And a group of local artists rescue a mural featuring dozens of pets after a year of struggle. That story and more after this break.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to the newsfeed. I'm Nico Naha.
And I'm Nikki Cruz. This weekend, many students gathered together to celebrate cultural heritage here on campus. Newsfeed reporter Emma Leonard has the details.
The Pakistani Student Alliance at Virginia Tech held its annual Paxa Culture Show Saturday at Haymarket Theater. The event was put on entirely by students and showcased a number of aspects of Pakistani culture. The show included many dances and performances and even held a fashion show showcasing Pakistani streetwear. The show opened with Pakistan's national anthem, followed by an introduction of the organization's officers.
Dances, singing, skits, a fashion show. We're gonna have like a national anthem in the beginning. So it's just like a little, show to like get in touch with your roots and just remember what's going on back home.
This event also serves as a way for students of the culture to connect with one another and build a community here on campus.
And growing up, my culture is something that's very important to me. And so when I met one of my friends who was actually president of Paxa last year, he started telling me to come to more things, and it just really gave me the sense of community.
Each year, the show brings more awareness to the Pakistani Student Alliance and keeps it growing in numbers. This year, both friends and family of members attended the show, as well as members of the community who are interested in learning more about the culture.
Blacksburg is a very, it's pretty diverse, but you gotta know where everyone is, where the people that you want to be with are.
The organization plans on continuing this event into the future as their own community grows here on campus. Reporting from Virginia Tech, I'm Emma Leonard.
A nonprofit in Christiansburg has teamed up with local artists for a fundraiser. The Montgomery County Emergency Assistance, MCEAP, has teamed up with the Blacksburg Regional Arts Association to create a pet mural in downtown Christiansburg. The mural serves as a fundraiser for MCEAP. The local nonprofit helps those in the area who might be in need, providing emergency assistance like helping to pay rent or buy food. $100 donors can get their pets added to this mural located near the Montgomery County Courthouse on Roanoke Street. So far, there are a total of 87 animals on the wall. Organizers say that it has also brought the community together.
A community art project, and it gets people invested in the downtown because they've donated money to have their pet up there.
Organizers are meeting soon to figure out how many more animals they can fit on the wall and plan to start taking more applications in March.
Two popular food options at Nolan's Dining Hall faced off last week. Newsfeed reporter Maya Sampson joins us now from the newsroom. Maya?
That's right, Chicken Parm and General Tso's went head-to-head. Virginia Tech Dining Services held a Battle of the Birds competition in Owens Food Court. While Chicken Parm has been a staple at Virginia Tech, another version of the bird may be coming for the #1 spot. Since being renovated during the summer of 2019, the shops in Owens have grown in popularity, especially Global Kitchen and their General Tso's chicken. In trying to figure out which meal is currently the most popular among students, Virginia Tech student Ryan Caviani shares his opinion.
Parm is only here once
once a week. By the way, I've never even had parm. That's how much better I know Juan is. But Juan, you just get so much more chicken. You got that amazing Juan General Tso's sauce. It's just like so good, and you also get broccoli with it. You can't have broccoli with chicken parm. So it's just so much more delicious.
While General Tso's put up a good fight, by the end of the night, chicken parm had the most sales, making it the more popular bird for now. No matter which meal is most popular, both contribute to Virginia Tech being ranked #1 in food. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Maya Sampson. Back to you in the studio.
That will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can also connect with the Newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'm Nico Naha.
And I'm Nikki Cruz.